In Into the Wild, after graduating from Emory University, top student and athlete Christopher McCandless abandons his positions, giving his entire $24,000 saving account to charity and hitchhikers to Alaska to live in the wilderness. Along the way, Christopher encounters a series of characters that shapes his life.
I read somewhere how important it is in life not necessarily to be strong, but to feel strong. To measure yourself at least once.
Where are your mom and dad?
Living their lives somewhere.
Did your folks know where you are?
I remember when Into the Wild came out in the theaters here in Norway, and a lot of people started speaking about Into the Wild like they had full ideas of what this was all about. There was a very few people I knew who had already read the book, because I think this movie is adapted by a book, but then the book is written by a true story or something like that, so this is all based off true stories. I was really conflicted about that. Was this based on a true story? Was this only based off a book that was written? Or what the hell was this? Apparently it's a true story. That's fine. But whatever criticism I have against these types of films that are based on a true story, I feel like if I have one little problem with the film, I'm automatically going to get hated because I don't appreciate the true story. That is not true at all. I had to do that joke. Sue me. But a lot of people think I don't really care about the true story, and here's what I'm trying to say. If I was more interested in the true story rather than the narrative storytelling in this film, I would be watching a documentary based off the true story of this character or this guy rather than watching a fictional film that has a narrative structure to it. However, this is a movie, and as much as I can appreciate this being in a true story films can still be terrible. That being said, I did not think Into the Wild was terrible. I thought it was a really good film. You guys thought I was going to say it sucked? It didn't. No. I didn't have any hopes that this was going to suck. I didn't have any expectations that this film would suck. Obviously, it was really good. However, it's not a bad thing, and it's okay for me to say that I did not love this film. It's just my personal opinion. I didn't know what to expect. Again, like I always say that in my reviews, I didn't know what to expect, but I love going into movies blind, knowing nothing. So I didn't know the story of Christopher. I didn't know anything about this. I knew it was going to be some sort of adventure movie just by looking at the poster. I was like, okay, so adventure movie, hiking and stuff. Not the type of person I am, but you know, if the movie can make me care about that, then they're doing a good job. And I really did care about that. But I have to say the movie was a bit, how do I say that? It was a bit too much stretched. Now, I know this is a true story and there's a lot of journey this guy has been going to, and I know that this guy has a lot of stories he can tell, but sometimes I felt like the stories that was told in this movie kind of did not matter at the end of it. Now, there are some characters you meet again, and there are some characters you do not meet again at all. And there are some characters where I was like, well, okay, they casted this person as this character. Okay, well, that was interesting. So, I didn't know a whole lot about the casting, so I was really surprised to see the cast of this film. Although the cast isn't anything phenomenal, but it is something that is well known. But what I'm trying to say is that some of the small stories for each character that Christopher meets throughout his journey or throughout this film, sometimes it was definitely worth it and something you can pick out yourself as a human being and learn from advice. Sometimes it was kind of like, okay, it happened, but what was the point of that happening? You know what I mean? Maybe that's wrong for me to say because, again, it's based off a true story and that happens in real life where you go out there and you travel all alone and you might encounter some people you will never meet again, although you have no bad gripes with that person or these people at all. In some way, I can understand why some people would say, oh, that's not a problem for me at all. But for me, like the things that were shown and told was like, okay, it didn't really affect Christopher that much later down the road in the film. You know what I mean? Like there are just some stories in this film, not always. The acting in this film was awesome. Like everything was just spot on. May I also say, Kristen Stewart was in this film. I didn't know she was in this film. My TV just shut up. Kristen Stewart was in this film. I didn't know. So when I saw her, I was like, oh, here we go. The bad acting comes in. Oh my God, it's gonna affect the movie so much. Wait a minute. Oh. no, she's not that bad at all. Am I saying this is the best role she's ever played? I guess yes, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. She has a small role in this film. She did a really fine job for what she got, you know what I mean? Like, the script was really good, so that can make any bad actor into a good actor all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like, it's all in the script and the direction to this film, so it did fine. But that also kind of shows that, you know, even though she wasn't amazing or great, she was fine, she was good. That kind of shows she's kind of a stale actress. But she did fine in this film, I felt like. Now, what I was about to say that I felt like I got out of the point from this film was that the film is 2.5 hours long. I would have been fine with it if they just cut like 20 minutes of the film, maybe 10 minutes of the film, just a little bit down, because I wouldn't say the movie was boring. I felt like the movie was a bit slow. It's a bit different. It's more like, okay, you can finish up the scene. Okay, you can finish up here. It's just walking. It's just this, and this. And it's kind of, you don't need certain parts in the film because you kind of get it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I know what you're trying to tell me here, but I kind of get it now. So you don't need to show that much. I mean, I'm not going to say the movie was acting like the audience was idiots, but I kind of felt like, hey, don't forget, he's still just walking, and he's walking a long walk, and it's like, okay, I get it. And, it's like, just wrap it up a little bit. I feel like it didn't need to be 2.5 hours long. The ending had the same effect as Right at Your Door. If you remember what I said in that review, was that I felt like the ending could have been a lot better if they didn't drag it out too much. You kind of expect and you kind of know what's going to happen now with the ending of the film, and you're kind of like, oh man, that sucks. But because they stretch it and shove it in your face literally too much, I kind of feel like I don't care about the ending. I'm kind of like, okay, you just finish the ending now. Come on, just finish it. And I kind of felt the same way in this film too. The ending was a bit too much stretch, where I was like, okay, now you're just dragging out the ending. I mean, it's okay. I mean, the way the movie ends, it makes sense that it would drag out a little bit, but if you're dragging it a bit too much, I've kind of felt like, okay, just end it already. Come on now. For anyone who has not seen the film, don't worry about it. But then again, I would say I definitely recommend you guys go see this film, because it's also a really feel-good film. Even though you're not a hiker yourself, although you're not really going to the forest, heck, even if you don't like nature, this film will make you feel good somehow by traveling alone, you know, experiencing new stuff that you never thought you would experience when you live from a completely different background. It's kind of inspiring, to be quite honest. It kind of made me want to just have a backpack and being like, all right, let's go to the forest. But then I kind of reminded myself, oh yeah, there's bears and stuff out there. Yeah, I don't like the forest anymore. So I'm going to give Into the Wild a 7 out of 10. It's really enjoyable. It's really an entertaining film. If you got really nothing to see, definitely go check out Into the Wild. You'll definitely not be regretting it. My grammar sucks. Holy shit. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What did you guys think of Into the Wild? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? If you're going to talk about spoilers, have a spoilers tag at the top of your comment section so you don't spoil it for anyone else who's going to read the comments and haven't seen the film yet. So for anyone who has not seen the film, you got a film that you watch on Netflix. If it is on Netflix, I don't know. Just go ahead and try and watch it and try not to do anything illegal by watching it. But then again, if you have no choice to do it, then do it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and don't forget to leave a like as well. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.
If you want something in life, reach out and grab it.